Welcome to Magic Moonlog. I am your host, Dawn Marie Franzen, and this is a weekly series looking at the astrological forecast. So sit back and relax, and let's see what the moon and stars will bring us. Hello, welcome back to Magic Moonlog. I cannot believe we just got bombarded with snow. Oh my goodness. Did your area get snow? As I'm recording this, it is Friday, April 5th. And yesterday, it just kept snowing and snowing and snowing. Actually, it started on Wednesday night, pretty much in the early evening. And we got dumped about 2.5 inches of snow here in New Hampshire. And it is just crazy. I couldn't believe it. The other day, I was wearing a hoodie outside, and what is Mother Nature doing to us? It's supposed to be spring. Anyway, not that it's never happened before. New England, I'm used to New England weather. I've been born and raised up here, lived up here the majority of my life. And yeah, you do get freak snowstorms every now and then. I haven't seen snow in April in a long time though. So I'm hoping this is the last of it. And there were a lot of power outages yesterday. Well, Thursday, April 4th. And we didn't lose power, but I think our internet kind of flickered a little bit because we have our lights, as you can see this light right here. Those are, we work those through our internet. Okay, we have like Wi-Fi light bulbs. I'm not sure exactly how to explain it, but they're Wi-Fi light bulbs, and we can actually change the colors of them and everything. And I'm sure you've seen different colors there before. But anyway, we shut them off at night. And by the way, I use Harry Potter spells to shut the lights on and off. You want to see? Okay, well, I have to say Google first, right? So I hope your devices aren't going to hear me and go crazy. But anyway, hey, Google, Knox. Okay, see, it went off. Now I'm going to turn it back on again. Hey, Google, Lumos. Ah, you can program yours too if you have the Wi-Fi ones. Anyway, yeah, so all this snow was just crazy. I mean, and it was so deep yesterday when I went to go brush off my car. Oh my goodness, I actually twisted my ankle a little bit because the snow was so deep and it was hard in some spots. So like I was up on a little hill, wiping off my car, brushing off my car. And then all of a sudden I would drop into the snow, and at one point, I kind of twisted a certain way that it hurt my ankle, and I had to just stop for a minute and just stand there leaning against my car for like actually a couple of minutes. And I'm like, okay. So it was nuts. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. So we're going to talk about the universal month number since we are completely in a new month. This is the first full week of April. So the universal month number for April 2024 is the number 3. And this is how I got to that number in case you've missed my numerology episodes and other episodes of Magic Moonlog where I talked about how I get to the universal month number. So when we add, so the year 2024 is going to equal to the number 8. So all year long, that's our month number. So all year long, that's our yearly number. Okay. And how I got to that was by adding 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4, which equals 8. Okay. Now the month April is the 4th month. So we take the number 4. Easy enough. It's a single digit already. So then we want to add 4 plus 8, okay, which equals 12. We want to reduce it to a single number. So 1 plus 2 equals 3. And that's how I got to the number 3. So the number 3s love living life, okay? And they love it so much that sometimes they'll forget about their work. Some of their work might remain untouched, all right? Because they're focusing so much on the world around them, all right? So if you find yourself doing that this month, that's probably why. 3s are children at heart, so think playful. And keywords for this month are creativity, joy, and self-expression. All right, so let's get on with our Astrocast. On Saturday, so just to remind you that the moon is in its 4th quarter phase. At 1:08 a.m., the moon and Mars are in conjunction. At 6:10, the moon and Saturn are in conjunction. The moon and Jupiter sextile at 1:13 p.m. Venus and Pluto sextile at 1:46. The moon and Uranus sextile at 5:11. At 4:27 a.m. Sunday, the moon is in conjunction with Neptune and is void until 7:25 when it enters Aries. At 10:31, the moon and Pluto sextile. At 12:22 p.m., the moon and Venus are in conjunction. On Monday, April 8th, there is a solar eclipse starting at 1:45 p.m. Eastern Time, and it will last a few hours until around 4:30. So a solar eclipse happens when the moon passes between the sun and the earth, casting a shadow that will fully or partially block the light of the sun. This will be a total eclipse. You can safely view it wearing eclipse glasses like this. Okay, just put them on and you can look right at it. Of course, I can't see anything right now because they're so dark, they're darkened out. Or you can use any other solar filter or a handheld viewer. And I remember once we made our own viewer with a box and putting a little pinhole in it and putting aluminum foil so that it would cast the reflection of the solar eclipse. So you're not looking directly up into the sky. You're actually looking at a picture of it, so to speak. You know what I mean? So that was pretty cool. So please be safe while viewing it. And you might want to check your areas to find out the best viewing times and places for it as well. All right, so let's move on with our Astrocast. At 2:22 p.m., the moon is in conjunction with the sun and it enters its new moon phase. The moon is in conjunction with Mercury at 10:39 p.m. and is void until 7:23 a.m. Tuesday when it enters Taurus. On Tuesday, the moon squares with Pluto at 10:35 a.m. and is in its 1st quarter phase. On Wednesday, the moon and Mars sextile at 6:49 a.m. and the moon and Saturn sextile at 7:16. At 3:19 p.m., the moon and Jupiter are in conjunction. At 4:36, Mars and Saturn are in conjunction. The moon and Uranus are in conjunction at 6:18. At 6:04 a.m. on Thursday, the moon sextiles Neptune and is void until 8:59 when it enters Gemini. The moon and Pluto trine at 12:23 p.m. At 7:03, the sun and Mercury are in conjunction. The moon and Venus sextile at 11:47. At 10:39 a.m. Friday, the moon and Saturn square. The moon and Mars square at 12:51 p.m. The moon and Mercury sextile at 10:43. So, what does it all mean? And we got through that pretty quickly, didn't we? Anyway, so for this week, trying to fix my iPad. All right. Sometimes it's hard me trying to see all your notes and everything, you know? All right. So anyway, you might end up keeping active this weekend, taking initiative and having some enlightening discussions. there may be some distractions. The beginning of the week may be revitalizing, especially with the energy of the solar eclipse. So try not to demand too much on others, and use that energy of the eclipse by charging your crystals and divination tools. Cleanse yourself and your space. Meditate and set new intentions. Write these down in your journal. Ask your spirit guides for guidance and protection. And again, use safety measures while viewing the eclipse. So you may experience some nervousness midweek for some reason, and you might want to tackle projects that take a lot of energy. Try some meditating at the end of the week. You may find yourself taking a short trip to a popular place. Work becomes disciplined, and you may experience impulsiveness and quick thinking. All right, and there we go. So, Magick Moonlog is sponsored by Life Changing Energy. They've got yoga outfits and all kinds of other clothing, jewelry, and healing tools. Take an online course. I took my course with Vicky Gold and am now a certified crystal and chakra healer. Please visit lifechangingenergy.com and use the promo code MAGIC7, that's Magick with a K, number 7, for 7% off your purchase. And now back to the show. Now for the spell a day, or this, as we call it on Magick Moonlog, the spell of the week from the Witch's Spell a Day Almanac. And this is a Witch's Day Off. All right. All right. So page 77. Let's see. I just passed it. Okay. All right. Witch's Day Off. And of course, if you follow along on the Facebook page, I have already posted what you will need for this spell. And this spell will be also posted this morning, Saturday, as if you're listening to this on Saturday, later on in the morning. All right. So this is for April 7, which is Sunday. And the color of the day is yellow. And the incense of the day is marigold. Today's aspects seem to be guiding us to relax and enjoy some beer. First of all, it's National Beer Day. And of course, it's Sunday. What's more, it's a dark moon, which has been called the Witch's Day Off. As if that weren't enough, Mercury is retrograde. Remember, we talked about that last week. While Mercury retrograde gets a bad rep, these periods actually help us to align with divine timing and to stop forcing things so we can take life in stride. With all this in mind, pour yourself a beer. A nice chamomile tea blend would be a great substitute. I myself am not a beer drinker, so the chamomile tea would be perfect for me. Hold it in both hands. Breathe. Close your eyes. And channel bright golden light into the beverage. You can imagine it coming down through the crown of your head, entering your heart, and moving down through your hands into the drink. Open your eyes, raise your glass, and say, Goddess of Moon, God of the Sun, nourish my soul with relaxation and fun. Then savor. And this is written by Tess Whitehurst. All right. So now for the Everyday Spells card. And this one, I took a peek at it before. This is perfect because this is Mercury in retrograde, which Mercury is in retrograde right now. So you'll need 1 valerian root, 3 pinches wild lettuce extract, 3 pinches dried lavender, 1 vanilla bean, and 1 tourmaline crystal. When Mercury is in retrograde, this is a good time to relax, slow down, and reassess. Drink this tea in the evening to ground you and process the day. To start, cut the vanilla into small pieces. Add everything to a teapot minus the crystal with boiling water. Allow to steep for 10 minutes. Drink the tea whilst holding your crystal. Keep the crystal close until things return to normal. And of course, I will post that on the page. And now for our Oracle card. And this one is the Oracle of Light and Dreams by Scott Howden. Okay. And open this up. So hopefully we'll get a card. This is what the backs of the cards look like. I think I've showed them. I don't know. I think I showed them to you before. Anyway, my birthday is coming up. My birthday is next Saturday, the 13th. So my family is taking me out to dinner. So I'm all excited about that, you know. So, yep, I can't believe that we're in April already. All right, I'm shuffling these cards, and I think I'm about done. And I'm going to pick the top card, set those aside. And this is Descendants, okay? And it's card number 2, so it shouldn't be too far in the book. All right, I turned right to it. There we go. It says, face your fears and seek knowledge. And keywords to this are courage, action, awareness, and confidence. The dinosaur was raised since birth by her brave companion, and as a result, they share an unbreakable bond. As they explore the tangled prehistoric undergrowth, their senses combine to give them a keen understanding of their environments. The pungent volcanic gas and the shrieks of the soaring pterodactyls almost mask the foreboding scent, the faint rumble and the distant roar of the approaching giant, signs that the pair have learned to mean danger is near. It is through their explorations and by standing up to their fears and the challenges of a vibrant and sometimes formidable world that they have expanded their boundaries, enhanced their knowledge and skill, and given themselves the confidence to handle any adversities that come their way. And the quote says, inaction breeds doubt and fear. Action brings confidence and courage. If you want to conquer fear, do not sit at home and think about it. Go out and get busy. And that quote is by Dale Carnegie. All right, pretty awesome. All right, well, that's all I have for you today. So enjoy that eclipse, be safe viewing it, and have a very magical week. If you like this episode or show, please consider going over to Apple or Spotify to give me a rating and review. It will really help with the algorithm of the show. Share with your friends and follow me at Witch Magick on Instagram. You can also join us on the Witch Magick Facebook group. If you would like to support the show even more, you could check out my Patreon and Ko-fi pages and join the tier of your choosing and budget for extra perks, as well as helping me maybe get a cup of tea. Thanks, everyone.